speech. One more speech and one more very special speech. So we would like to welcome up, ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for Rohil.
Good evening. Good evening. I think good evening. Okay, we're good. Good evening. Everyone can hear me at the back, in the front, not too loud. Thank you everyone for those speeches. They were really nice, short and sweet. Mine's about 45 minutes long, so please get comfortable. If you need a drink, there are waiters who are walking around. Let them know whatever you want. So yeah, thank you to the Bad Lake boys for keeping that quite family friendly. I really appreciate that. I expected a lot worse. I'm glad you didn't send Rich up here or anyone else, Wellesley. I know you would have probably annihilated Vivek for the worst. I have to say that I'm not a very keen public speaker, and I'll prove that all to you tonight. I promise that I will definitely make that very clear. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Rohil. I have printed notes. I sent them I sent 2 pages to the hotel to print earlier. They came out with 4 pages in a different font, so please excuse me because it's a really light font as well. I'm one of Vivek's younger brothers. The other one's over there, that's Dejas, and this is where I would normally make a joke about being the handsome younger brother, but we all know that Dejas is the real stud of the family. Make some noise for Dejas. So I was tasked with being the best man for Vivek's wedding. Vivek and Pavan's wedding, sorry. You're now a couple, officially. And that's potentially either very clever or very dangerous on Vivek's part, depending on how the next 10 minutes go. So, let's see. Although I've got to say that I am the last thing between you guys and the main course. So I will try and keep it as brief as I can, but like I said, 4 pages. When I started writing this speech about 10 minutes ago, I Googled about 10 other things. Before I Googled the top 10 best men speeches, so my apologies if any of you have heard this one before, because I have just copied it from the internet. When I first met when I first met Vivek, I was born, it was 1990, and I have single-handedly tried to ruin his life since then. Just one example from the last few days. A lot of effort went into this wedding, and I thought it would be okay for me not to attend one of the events. You all know, I had a really bad hangover. I'll just put it out there now, okay? There was no illness. Yeah, thank you. I admit it. My name is Rohil. Okay. Vivek has always tried to be a really good model to me and Dejas and I. We've always looked up to him, which has been quite difficult because he's about 6 inches shorter than both of us. Seeing eye to eye has never come that easy, I think, you know? I wouldn't necessarily say that Vivek's very protective over Dejas and I. It's definitely the other way around. Although I've got to give him credit, he has a lot of faith in Dejas and I's potential ability to defend him in various situations over the years. He's definitely got himself into a few sticky ones, hasn't he, Dejas? And it's been up to me and you to sort them out, or sort someone else out. He's not protective over us, but he's definitely protective over one lady in his life before Pavan, and that's our Mum, over there. I think that the reason he is so protective over Mum is because he needs to maintain his status as the #1 child in the family. But we've just welcomed a lovely babby into our family, so unfortunately, Vivek, you've just been bumped to #2. Let me know how it feels. Speaking of Pavan Babby, I have to say that I've really admired the way that you've held it together this wedding, because really you are just as cool as a cucumber when it comes to anything, especially your own wedding. And that has just amazed both Chloe and myself. We've just been like, how is she doing this? And you know, you look flawless, you really do. You know, you can't fault anything. So, Peri Uncle, Amajidandi, thank you for raising such a beautiful, lovely daughter and allowing us to take her into the Tatani family. So, this is usually the point where the best man would give you loads of tips about how to deal with Vivek, but I honestly think that you probably know how to deal with deal with Vivek better than we do. So what I've done is actually I've set up a meeting for all of us to get together after the wedding as Datanis so that you can share your secrets with us. Because we have no idea, 28 years later, how to deal with Vivek. So now I can see some of the hungry people at the back who are they're kind of shooting looks towards me saying, come on, hurry up, where's the main, yeah, right there at the back. So I'm going to start wrapping this up. Now I know yesterday, for those of you who were there, I wasn't actually for the first part. I was a little bit ill. I didn't drink yesterday. My dad actually thanked everyone, or a lot of people, for various bits and bobs over the last year that have kind of contributed towards what we're seeing today. And I just wanted to just take a little moment to thank one person in particular who we didn't mention yesterday because we thought it would be nice for him to have a little bit of a spotlight on his own. I'm not talking about Vivek, okay? I'm actually talking about Pavan Mama, and I have no idea where he's sitting. Pavan Mama? Is it? Where is he?
There.
Pavan Mama, you know, you've been pivotal to all of this, and you know you have, and I'm not going to go into the reasons why, but from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for everything. You are amazing. And I echo what everyone else has said. All of you guys who have come here, like Jeevan said, there would be 8 of us at this wedding if it wasn't for all of you. You've taken time out of your jobs, or out of retirement, or what, whatever, and you've come here and you've come and spent this lovely occasion with us, which I know we're all going to remember probably for a very long time. If not for the rest of our lives. So thank you to all of you for coming. It just means the world to us. When you go to most Indian weddings, when we were up at the top there, what generally happens is people treat it as a bit of a chance to kind of catch up with one another, and everyone has a bit of a chit chat, and how's this? How's your kid doing? Are they at university? What are they studying? How they start doing, drugs. All sorts of conversations go on at weddings. And yesterday, what really, really made it special, I know for Vivek, is that, and sorry, Vivek and Pavan, you're a couple now, is that everyone was quiet and enjoying the ceremony. So even though the crazy priest, he was a bit crazy. He was. Didn't really know what he was doing. Well, anyway, it was lovely. Thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts for keeping it quiet. We really, really appreciate that. So yeah. Fourth page. Yeah, did I say 4th page already? No. Okay. So, I'm sure Vivek will come on to this later, because he's actually got an hour slot to do a little speech just like me, and I'm sure he'll probably come on to it. But I just really, really wanted to thank someone who, at this point hasn't really had any thanks or gratitude, which is my dad, and my mum, because behind every great man is a great woman, and everything. But I've got to say something that, we've had long meetings, calls, therapy sessions, interventions, all sorts of things in the run-up to this wedding. No, we have, genuinely. And, the amount of effort and planning and whatnot that has gone into this is it's massive. It's literally dominated our lives for the last year. Chloe and I actually moved out of home before this wedding. No, we did. No, you're laughing, but we moved 1.4 miles down the road so that we're not part of the conversations, but we can go over and have dinner. Then when the conversations start, we can leave and go home. That's what happened. It's a true story, honestly, it really is. So, I have literally no idea what we're going to talk about when we get back home and have a family dinner together. It's going to be quiet. No, I'm not getting married. So, Dad, it's no Maserati, but it's been an awesome few days, and, thank you for that. It's been really good. So now, I brought a glass with me. I don't know if you guys saw the prop. 3 weddings, 2 countries, 1 happily ever after. To Vivek and Pavan. Cheers.
Okay, Vivek.